Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sundus Mubashir, Educational Counselor at HR Consultants, and I here welcome you all. HR Consultants is one of the top leading education consultancy organization that helps you with smooth and undisrupted application process when it comes to foreign education. HR Consultants advises you and guides you with most suitable and best options that will help you build your future career. In this difficult time, HR consultants have been actively helping students with their smooth application process when it comes to foreign education. Students around the globe always prioritize in English speaking countries as their top destination for achieving high quality of education. One such destination is Australia. Australia has much more to offer than expected. It offers multicultural diversity, friendly natives, and most importantly, high quality of education, which is continuously regulated and maintained by the Australian government. Australian universities offer wide variety of courses and degree programs that allows the student to choose what is best and suitable for them. Australian universities, in addition to this, offer generous and sufficient amount of scholarship, thus inclining the interest of the students to choose Australia as their first option. One such university will be discussed today, and that is Macquarie University, which is located in a beautiful, most desirable and safest city in Australia, that is Sydney. To further discuss on this university, I have with me Ms. Mehtab, who is the regional manager of Australian admission at HR Consultants, Ms. Ramla Tahir, who is country manager from Macquarie University, and Mr. Tanveer Shahid, who is associate director for Macquarie International. Before proceeding for further discussion, I would like to invite you to drop in your queries and questions in the comment section below so that they can be answered accordingly. And for the smooth application process, you can drop in your documents on the numbers shown on the screen. That is 034647470023 and 034647470016. Without further ado, I would hand over this session to Ms. Mehtab. Ms. Mehtab, please proceed.
Thank you, Sundas. Assalamu alaikum to all my viewers, and thanks for joining us. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to talk about the study options in Australia. I'm obliged that Mr. Tanveer Shahid, our respectable guest, and Ms. Ramla Tahir has joined us today from the busy schedule, and definitely we will be taking your professional advice related to guidance, key points for international students. Australia is the top destination for students as the quality and diversity of education system in this country equips students with the long-term advantages. Degrees from Australian universities are recognized across the globe, and an education from an Australian university is considered on par with the best in the world. An Australian education comes with the best infrastructure and state-of-the-art facilities and teaching that is second to none. Students can avail of an exceptional educational experience and lifestyle during studies. Australian government, especially, they encourages international students and has a deep commitment to provide superior quality education at all levels. Education in Australia is considered as one of the best platforms for students to succeed in their careers and gives them a heads up in facing the future challenges in the workplace. HR Consultant is organizing a number of online admission sessions every day with world-leading universities just to ensure that Pakistani students are getting enough info to plan for their higher education. Macquarie University is one of the prominent universities in Australia with its wide range of subjects and numerous benefits for international students, and obviously due to its ranking and accreditation as well, which we'll be discussing shortly. Now, I would request Ramla to enlighten us and our students about the university, and I will appreciate all my viewers to kindly post their questions in the comment box. We will try our best to answer your questions here. Otherwise, the HR team is available who will be properly taking care of your queries. And you may reach us through our WhatsApp numbers, which are showing on the screen. Yes, Ramla, now I'm handing over the session to you, please.
Thank you so much, Mehtab and Sundar, for that introduction. I would like to share very quickly I think my screen sharing has been disabled. I would like to share a slideshow just to introduce the students with Macquarie University and where we're located, what we are all about. But I would need to be able to share my screen.
Is it working?
It's still disabled.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay,
sure
let's see if I can do that.
behind the scene, the technology team is working on that.
Okay,
But
so
at the
I'll
same
just
time, start like as we were saying that what is Macquarie University and
Yeah, exactly.
I think.
So
So
basically,
this-
Macquarie University, we are says. Okay, I'm not able to share it, but okay. So Macquarie University, we're a public sector university based in Sydney, Australia, as Sundar was mentioning. Sydney is one of the top 10 most livable and safest cities in the world. And also it's one of the top destinations for international students because of its great quality education there, and also because of the economic and employment opportunities. It is an economic hub of Australia. And whenever you think about Australia, you think about the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the beautiful Opera House. So these are iconic Australian monuments. Macquarie University is located very, very close to these monuments. We are just 13 kilometers from there, which takes roughly 20 minutes by train. So it is, 20 minutes by train. So it's very, very accessible. Macquarie University, we do have our own metro train station, and there are various other modes of transportation. So it's very easy. I think behind you, Mehtab, we can see the Macquarie University train station come up now as well, if students can still see your screen. So ranking wise, we enjoy some great, global reputation. We are ranked in the top 1% of world universities by QS and all the major ranking bodies. 8 of our subjects are actually ranked in the top 100 globally. And we are also the leading university, so #1 for our graduate employment rates in Australia. So our students do really well once they graduate and they're out in the market. We're a large size university, so we have 45,000 students currently enrolled. And Mehtab, they are from 100 different countries, so you are sure to meet half of the world just on campus. We have currently 10,500 international students, so it's a very healthy domestic to international ratio. Also, another thing about our location, which is very, very unique, Mehtab, is that it is located in a business and technology park. So Macquarie University is located in what is known as Macquarie Park Innovation District. There are 300 companies that are located around the university. Quite a few of them are actually on campus. And what it actually means for the students is that they get, a lot of networking opportunities from day one. We are very, very strong in our industrial linkages. We have more than 30,000 work placement and community experience partners, which is why we enjoy the #1 ranking for graduate employability rate as well.
Exactly.
So I'm still not, I think, able to share the screen.
These were some really inspiring facts about the university.
Yeah, okay. So I can very quickly share the screen because I would love to share a few images here as well. Mehtab, you can actually see our campus on this picture. So as you can see, it's a really large campus. It's over 300 acres. It's one of the largest university campuses there is. And as I was mentioning, we're located in a technology park. So you would be able to see companies like the global head office of Microsoft is there. You can see Philips, Singtel Optus is a telecom giant, Johnson & Johnson. You can also see Macquarie University Hospital. So Mehtab, we have our teaching hospital on campus for students who are studying medicine and health sciences and allied clinics, but the facility is also accessible to our students. We have our beautiful Macquarie University lake there. On this side, you can actually see our Macquarie University Business Incubator as well. So, you know, it's accessible to staff, to researchers, to students who work in groups. And we have industry experts from the technology park come and elsewhere as well to mentor the students and guide them if they have a business idea that they want to make commercial success. Here you can see a picture of our business incubator. Here are just some photos from campus. This is news, where students come to just hang out, relax, study, do group presentations, or just have lunch. And you know, it's always connected to the internet. Here you can see our Macquarie University International College as well. We are running our own international college. So these are, you know, pathways to university, and it's located right in the center of the university. So diploma students and foundation or intensive students are on campus from day one. Here you can see our newly built science and engineering building. And here's a picture of the, you know, campus common. We have so many different restaurants here, halal cuisine, and everything is there on campus. So we also have a range of accommodation options available for students who are looking to, you know, they can stay on campus, they can stay close to campus. There's fully catered to self-service accommodation options. Everything is available there. Just very quickly, I'll also mention the faculties that we have. So what can you actually study at Macquarie? We have 4 faculties. We have the Macquarie Business School, the Faculty of Science and Engineering, Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. So, you know, Mehtab, the popular most courses in Pakistan are business, IT, engineering. There is over 220 undergraduate, postgraduate programs available, but we also teach law, security studies, criminology, intelligence, education, languages, history, doctor of medicine. There is a wide range available, and students can always, you know, reach out to HR consultants who are our representatives in Pakistan to learn more about which program they're looking for.
Sure.
I think that's the long and short of it. And we can take more questions as we go.
Yeah, sure. We'll be taking questions shortly. Before that, I would like Mr. Tanveer Shahid, if you address to our international students, because they are online here, just to get the brief introduction about university and the NT requirements, and more specifically, university arrangements, especially in this situation.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Sure.
It's quite a bit late evening, I would say, in Sydney. So
exactly.
Thank you again. It's what we are looking forward for July intake at Macquarie University. The students are joining again, and we are expecting that the students who are in Pakistan, they can even join to Macquarie University at July 2020 intake. Our next semester, the orientation will start on 20th July and class will start on 27th July. So I'd like to highlight some information about this July intake, how a Pakistani student sitting in their home country, they can study at Macquarie University. And once the border will open, the travel restriction will be lifted, then they can join us. So I'm just quickly sharing this screen where I hope you can see this screen.
Yeah, exactly. You can see your screen.
Okay, so the whole theme is start online from anywhere, that is, of course, for your case in Pakistan, and finish your degree in Australia. So as Ramla was mentioning, it's just, again, Macquarie University is one of the top ranked university in the world. And now what we have done, we have put some flexibility in the admission requirement for the July intake. So as we know that now, due to the social distancing and the lockdown situation, students cannot go to appear for the exam. So we are accepting home-based TOEFL or another home-based version is called that IELTS indicator. So certainly students can appear for this sort of exam while they are in this lockdown situation. Another thing we have done in this situation, if the student are accepting their admission, all the Pakistani students, I'm glad to announce today that who are going to apply through HR consultant, they will be getting $10,000 per year scholarship. So $10,000 per year scholarship means it's at least 25% of scholarship at Macquarie University towards their whole degree. If they're doing a 3 years degree, they will get it for the whole 3 years. If it is a 4 years degree, you can understand it's a 40,000 up to $40,000 scholarship.
That is something extraordinary.
That's correct. So
the student will be getting each year this discount.
Exactly, each year 25% plus. So I would say that it's only possible if they start in July intake and then continue it towards the rest of their degree, and they can travel in Australia whenever time comes. So that is second major point I'd like to highlight. The third major point, we do understand this year the Cambridge, Edexcel, IB, all these exams have been cancelled. It's not even postponed, it's literally these exams have been cancelled. So what we have decided, we are accepting the predicted grades from their high school signed by their principal or vice principals. So that is possible. And we just recently been heard by Cambridge that they are going to give some sort of certificate and the transcript by second week of August in consultation with their schools. So then the students need to provide that transcript by second week of August to us. So at this moment, they can certainly apply and get the final admission with their predicted grades as far as they meet the entry requirement for our degrees. So that is the third point. Fourth point, what we have done, generally at Macquarie University, we accept we do ask for 4 subjects payment for every semester. Generally, a master's degree are having 16 subjects over the 4 semesters, that is over the 2 years. So generally is 4 subjects in each semester. But since the students are going to do online in next semester, and especially students in Pakistan, we do understand it would be quite challenging, but it's not impossible. So what we are recommending them, instead of going for 4 subjects, they should study 1 or 2 subjects. And when they're studying 1 or 2 subjects, they just need to pay for exactly 2 subjects fees. So they don't need to pay all the semester fees. So that's around 50% reduction of commencement fees. So that is the 4th point we have done. And 5th point, since the students are not applying for visa at this stage, because again, we know that they can't do the biometric. Mehtab, am I right to say that in Pakistan, they cannot do biometric or medical at this moment?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So since they can't able to do the biometric or medical check, so that means it's hard for them to get the visa or apply for the visa. So they don't need to pay for the health insurance at this moment. They might be, of course, they will be paying for health insurance later part, but for the part of the COE, confirmation of enrollment, at this moment, the students, they don't need to pay health insurance at this moment.
It means they will be able to pay that fee once they will be applying visa for going and studying on campus.
Absolutely. So, which we are expecting maybe after 5-6 months later. And nevertheless, we are giving them the final admission, even though they are not paying the health insurance, even though they are not paying the full fees. But of course, we consider them as a Macquarie University student. They will be enrolled in our computer system. So we have to give them the confirmation of enrollment letter. So it is called in Australia, different country calls it different way. In Australia, it is called COE. So our admission team will be issuing the confirmation of enrollment letter as soon as the students pay the two subjects fees, and they can enroll and they can commence their study from 27th July 2020, and orientation will start 20th July, 1 week before the class will start. So these are the advantage, and the big thing what we like to disclose today, that if which never happened in the past, Mehtab. So
Yes, exactly.
if the student, when they are applying for this online environment option, we understand that it is a challenging and people are not sure. So what the university has decided that we will give the orientation from 20th July, and it will go on, the class will start following week, and then up to 20th August. So around 1 month, these students
Mm.
can study their courses, that one or two subjects, and somehow if they don't like it, if their internet is not working or their home environment is not supporting to study, they can withdraw by 20th August. So we are going to give them 4 weeks, and without the financial penalty, without any academic penalty, they can withdraw those two subjects, and that should be fine, and they can come next year, no problem. So
That is
this is
that is really great, because students are really worried that by sitting in Pakistan in their home, sometimes technology is not working properly, and some students are not very confident that whether they will cope up with the international standard education or not. So this is a great option that they may start studying online, but if they feel that they are unable to cope up, they may start later on by studying into the next semester.
yes, that's the point here. So
Yeah.
that's my point, that all the students who are seeing this thing, who already applied to Macquarie University, who already have the offer letter, of course, you have the option to come and apply and start your course from February 2021. But this is a special one. That why not to try this one? You already applied, you already got your offer letter. So it's a free trial. And what would happen during these 4 weeks? You will be coming through all the technologies, all the devices, all the mode of the way how you need to submit your assignment. The complete Australian internet education system will be exposed to you. So already you will know will be expected from you. So this is a very big advantage. I would strongly recommend people to explore this option through this facility. No questions will be asked. You can just, after 4 weeks, you just withdraw. So certainly that is a big advantage. And the reason I am actually saying that, why I'm confident that you may not even need to withdraw or ask for refund, because the technology what we are going to using it's quite interactive. The platform, Mehtab, is called iLearn. So this is a platform. It's quite easy. Even year 3 or year 4 students even can handle this sort of platform, because nowadays the Generation Y, Generation Z are quite familiar with this technology better than us. So
Exactly.
I don't think that it is very difficult. Like now we are talking in Facebook Live, or we are using the technology of Zoom. Similar sort of technology these students will be using, and it's just namely this is called iLearn, or software called Eco 360 degree or Turnitin to submit the assignment. The platform, again, the custom learning space is called Moodle. Zoom will be used. The interesting, another fact I like to highlight here, the library. Nowadays, people, most of the library equipments are actually digital. Millions of libraries materials are nothing but the journals and the online books. It's not those old days that we need to go to the physical library and get the book out of it now, because everything is online now. So through this online or the virtual learning environment, students will able to submit their assignment, read their required materials through our library access, which will have, or sorry, which is already having it, certainly 1.8 million academic resources. So that's it.
I'm really inspired.
People,
Yeah,
people should try from their
yeah,
home
exactly.
country. Yeah.
Yes,
So
and
I just have a few more pictures to show, like for an example here, the virtual labs.
virtual
All
labs,
the
yeah.
Yeah, all the labs have been transformed as a virtual environment, and they will see this lab and the technology. You can see that few of the pictures through the virtual way. Even we are using the 3D, three-dimensional resource galleries to training
Hmm.
our students on this space. So
That is
already we
really
have been
great.
doing it, and yes, students are liking it. They're even submitting their quiz or assignments online through these platforms. You can just again another just glimpse of a picture when the students are attending their classes and submitting their
Classes
class
online.
presentation. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very happy. And the main point here, no matter what technology we are using,
Hmm.
Mehtab, the main important point is the students are getting the access from the leading industry expert. The professors are
Perfect.
coming in front of them through this sort of live sessions. It is not a
Oh,
traditional, those recorded online material. It is the lecturers or the professors are in front of them. The students can raise their hand like the way we all are talking now. So the students will able to talk with their academics during the class, whether it's a lecture, whether it's a tutors. So it would be an interactive session. It is not a traditional 5 years old recorded topic, and then the students are watching it over and over, and sometimes the contents it's obsolete. This is a live academics with their latest research, so that and who are very experienced in this sort of teaching environment. So this is very important to understand.
and I'm
And
sure students will enjoy studying online because they will be
yeah,
getting so much attention from the teachers and they will be getting extra facilities from university.
yes, and when you're talking about the facilities, I would say
Uh-huh.
that this one nowadays we already teaching the students because the COVID-19 started in the month of March, as we know, most of the countries.
Mhm.
So our university moved to this online virtual platform in the month of March.
Mhm.
So what we have seen that these are the young people, the generation Y and Z. They're quite comfortable in asking a question in a chat box in this sort of technology rather than just face-to-face teaching. They sometimes they become shy. So whatever academics are reporting back that its classes are now more interactive. The students are having lots of peer activities through this sort of
Mhm.
online forum, this sort of digital technology, rather than when they used to be in the face-to-face environment. So,
Exactly.
so that is
One
another.
student has just asked, I'm sorry to cut you here. One student has just posted his question online that if we want to study for a month, which is a good opportunity, he's thinking, then he's asking that we have to pay for the month or for subject wise, like 1 unit or 2 unit, or what will be the payment structure for university?
Yeah, they need to pay two subjects fees. That's all.
Right.
And of course,
And
they will
that
get
is
scholarship as well.
perfect,
So two
perfect.
subject fees minus 25% plus scholarship.
Great.
Okay. So
And
one
in
more
case,
question. Yeah.
yeah, Sundas, please carry on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. But one
Hmm.
more question. It's regarding the admission also. For the students who are enrolling in the online classes, they have to give IELTS result as well.
I already discussed here, they have to do that IELTS, and they can do the IELTS indicator or TOEFL home test.
Because some of the students they just join now and they're
Oh,
asking the
okay.
questions. So
Sure.
these are
We can
this.
discuss it down the track as well, these sort of questions, because they will be keep
Sure.
on joining. Yep.
Sure.
So I was just sharing another important point on the online study, and that also we need to tell the student that there would be not only the academics would be there, and there would be the live lectures or recorded lecture. There would be the 24/7 virtual academic support. This is we need to understand, because the students who are not only in Pakistan, even in Australia, nowadays the students, they don't study just in the normal 9 to 5 mode. They, you can see that our kids, even they study till maybe at the midnight and they submit their assignment. So what we are doing here, we are using a platform called Studio City. What the Studio City does, it is a platform where there are the people behind the scene, and it's a technology where it works 24 hours in a day. So people work in a three shifts mode. So the students sitting in Pakistan, if at 1 a.m. in the morning, the student wants to ask any question about their assignment or about their academic writing issues or exam preparation issue, they can ask us, and our tutors will be there to answer their questions. So,
Right.
Madam, what do you think about this technology?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really getting inspired.
So yeah, that's it. So they can certainly ask those questions, and certainly the other thing I have mentioned already, the workshops have become online. The writing numeracy center, the peer assisted learning, all this support service have moved to online. But I think we just need to remember, you can even Google search this one. I'm very amazed with it. Studio City, how it works, because it is an amazing platform in Australia. People are using it. And again, I was saying that before the class will start, the virtual orientation would be there. So it's very important that the student knows all this technology. When I'm talking about iLearn, when I'm talking about this Studio City, library access, of course, it's a new technology. So there would be a week-long training on this technology, how you will be using it, and how you will be submitting in Australian way your assignment, how you will be doing the referencing. So all this sort of thing will be covered in the various workshops from 20th July for a week, and then the class will start 27th July. And once the class will start, that 4 weeks, the free period, I was saying, it's not only the study, we will also run the career support surveys, we will run the social activities. So these students will not be isolated, because nowadays, I hope you understand, the mental health is very important as well. And it is a buzzword in Australia, that how they will study from their bedroom. So it is not only the study, they will be mixing not only with their own peers, but with their other group members, with the other Macquarie University students. We have hundreds of societies. Most of the societies, student clubs, are now doing their programs via online. So students will able to participate those things. So that will really help them to have any sort of trauma or anything that they feel with isolation. And this is our flagship program, Extracurricular Activities Global Leadership Program. It's an award-winning program to build the capacity of our students, and that sort of programs are also now online. So again, it is not only the academic support, it's not only the extracurricular activities, it is the comprehensive virtual support would be there for Macquarie University student once they are studying anywhere in the world, whether they're in Australia, whether they're even in Pakistan. This is the well-being. I'm just showing you this icon. It's quite interesting. It is actually a support icon, student well-being app. You know that in mobile device we do the app. So this app, with this app, they can actually access all the well-being thing. They can contact and make an appointment with a psychologist even. That, okay, I'm not feeling well, I'm looking for some sort of discussion on these and that. So this is the app will help to do that sort of thing. So think about that, how amazing technology, what we are going to put. And we, as I said, that we have been doing it for the last few months. due to the COVID-19, university is still running, but in the virtual mode. So this is the few feedback we have received from students over the last month, that what are the feedback from the student in this virtual environment. So I would say that it's a very positive goal. Around 90% students are satisfied or very, very satisfied with this mode. And lastly, I'd like to highlight that by doing this online and virtual study, you can do this thing in Pakistan and then travel to Australia when the travel restrictions are lifted. As you know that in Pakistan, flights are not landing, neither Australia, the general flights are landing. So why not to start online instead of watching Netflix or YouTube or just wasting the time, rather than just give few hours to study. Believe me, it won't take much time. Every day, if you study even 1 hour or even maximum 2 hours, you should be more than enough for one or two subjects.
Student can positively utilize their time while sitting at home. That is really good option.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the advantage, so that the students can maintain their progress towards their career goals as well. So yeah, that's I believe that the students should opt for these options.
Really. And we are also noticing that students are taking keen interest into online classes. One of the students has just posted his question here that due to this pandemic situation, final semester here in Pakistan are also delayed. Do Macquarie University give any flexibility in the deadline, like date for admission or for submitting their final transcript?
That's a very good question. I would say we just discussed about the predicted grades for the A-level students and IB student, and those students who are looking for master's degrees. And I believe this question is the student is doing a bachelor degree, and he or she is in the final year. So what we can do, if the student can say that they can submit the documents by, say, 15th of August, he or she can admit in July intake, but they need to give us their final transcript and the completion letter by 15th of August.
By 15th of August, right.
I have one question regarding this only. Usually the universities in Pakistan, they issue a degree after some time. So is there any alternative document that you require if the degree is not issued yet, along with the transcript?
Yeah, when I'm talking about the degree, I'm not talking about the degree certificate with a graduation gown, because that may happen after 1 year or 2 years. I'm just looking for a final transcript and a completion letter or provisional certificate, which generally comes with any transcript. It comes with a completion letter or provisional certificate.
Okay.
Right. Like you have mentioned, especially for the A-level students and IB students, that they can apply with their predicted grades letter. What is the requirement for Pakistani HSSC students? Because they will be getting their results similarly by the boards, but probably they will be receiving the results by September. So what is the option for them? They should look for the next session, like for February?
No, there's an interesting semester. Why don't Ramla, you just step in and answer this one about October intake merit.
Yeah, so basically we have 2 intakes for HSC students, because all students who are coming from HSC, they go from diploma leading to bachelor. So we have a July intake as well as an October intake. So if they are getting the results in September, they can very likely join in this October intake. I do understand that they would be getting a non-exam based result this year.
Exactly, yes.
So
similarly to A-levels candidates.
Yeah, so let's see when that comes out. I'm not too sure how obviously they don't get predicted results, but if they get their results by September, they can very easily join by October. And the entry requirement is around 60% they need in their year 12 to get into diploma leading to bachelor's. And the best thing about our diploma programs, so for all of the students who are interested in knowing, is, this question, Mehtab, that always comes, that why do students from HSC go from diploma leading to bachelor pathway, and why don't they go direct into an undergraduate degree? So just would like to highlight that as well. So basically, as I mentioned during my presentation, Macquarie University runs its own pathway program. So we have the Macquarie University International College on campus. So students who are doing diploma are Macquarie University students from day one, and they have access to all the facilities as undergraduate students. They have to complete the diploma, which is over 9 months. So it's like 5 terms. Each term student pick 2 units instead of, in undergraduate, there's a semester system. So there are 2 semesters in a year and students pick 4 units per semester, but diploma students take 2 units per term. So it's a lot more easier for them to transition into an Australian style higher education, because obviously they have not been exposed to an international curricula as of yet. So it's just to give them an extra bit of support. And once they have successfully completed their 1-year diploma, 9 months diploma, they get into second year of their chosen undergraduate degree. So it's not like it's an extra 1 year that they're doing. They will get their diploma, get back into university with their peers in the second year of the undergraduate, and then complete on track with everybody else.
That is great. You have really well explained to all intermediate candidates here in Pakistan, which are with us today in the live session, or who are calling us to get this answer. So this is really exciting that Macquarie University can accept you for October intake as well. So you will not be wasting any time. As soon as you get your result, you may apply for the online classes for October. So this is great. Sundus, would you like to ask some question?
Yes, I have questions coming up in the comment box. One of the questions
certainly, if you want to,
I would like
say something
to both Ms. Ramla and Ms.
No, on the previous point, I'd just like to add one quick point that when the students remember old days when even they get this transcript in the month of September, we wouldn't talk about October intake because it takes visa 1 or 2 months, take the certification, offer letters, and all these things. So while Ramla is saying that October we have the intake, the students should be confident enough they can literally have this October intake because it will take only 2-3 days to get the offer letter. So as far as by 20th September they get the result, they are in. They just need to get the offer letter, and there's no requirement, will not be required any visa. So straight away within 2-3 days, they're ready to commence the study with 2 subjects. That's all.
Exactly. So in this situation, this is the really good news for Pakistani intermediate students. So they may save their time.
Yeah,
yes, Sundar.
I would just like to add, it's 10 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks per term. So their first October term is just 10 weeks long. And, within 10 weeks, they would be done with 1 term. And then in February, they can come and join for the remainder of their degree.
Perfect. Yes, Sundar.
Yes. Okay, so before proceeding for any further questions, I would like to invite the students and I would also share this information that students seeing this session, please, this is the best opportunity to apply in Macquarie University. You can avail the scholarship up to 25%. Especially when you are applying through HR. So this is a good opportunity that Macquarie University is providing and is giving you flexibilities that will benefit in your application process. So you can drop in your documents on the number shown on the screen, that is 034647477023 and 034647477016. Now I have few questions coming up and I will address this to Ms. Ramla and Mr. Tanveer. That if a student who has enrolled in the online classes, as you have stated, these are this question is from the student who has just joined in. If he plans to defer his intake to the next or next year's intake. So is there any refund policy, or the fees if he had paid can be adjusted into the next session? So do you follow any refund policies, any protocols regarding this?
I think we already discussed, but anyway, the student just joined. Just reconfirming again, the class will start, the orientation will start on 20th July, and then it from class will start on 27th following week, and it from 20th July, they will have 4 weeks. So it will end on 20th August. So 4 exact weeks they will have to try these courses. So if they don't like it, they can ask for full refund.
Okay, full
Yeah.
refund without any penalties.
Any academic penalty or financial penalty. So they just need to say that I don't want, that's it. We can pause the study and the student can come 2021. Or if they
Okay.
just don't want to come at all to Australia, something changed in their life, they just disregard the whole study plan, then we are happy to return the money as well.
Okay. And for this A-level students who have got a minimum C grade in English language, so they will get Macquarie University will waive off their IELTS requirement.
Uh, we just need to see the whole portfolio. So I would say that the student can apply and we'll see the whole portfolio and we will make the final call in that case.
Okay. Okay. One last
Right.
question is that since Macquarie University is offering scholarship, so I just want you to please address this question that this scholarship will be allotted in the first installment of the fees, or it
Uh,
will be divided into the further installments.
okay, the scholarship, I just like to make it very clear. It's a very easy thing. The scholarships say assume that it is 25%. That's it. The minimum percentage is 25. It can be 27, depend on the tuition fees, how much it is. So if the student is studying one subject, he will get one subject fees minus 25% of that fees. So
Okay.
that's all about, and that's throughout the degree. So if a master's degree, the student has to do 16 subjects. So each subject, they will be getting $1,250 scholarship in precise way, if you want me to answer.
Yes.
This is great. And Mr. Tanvir, if student starts taking online classes, especially I'm talking for the postgraduate programs, when they will be going onshore and on completion when they apply for PSW, how will this offshore studies affect for the provision of their PSW?
It's a very good question. As we know that the Australian government is yet to announce further clarification on post-study work visa, while students are studying offshore and then will be coming onshore in Australia. So we are awaiting for further clarification from the Department of Home Affairs. So at this
Mhm.
moment, the advice is at least for the bachelor degree student, they don't need to worry about because their degrees are at least 3 years or 4 years. So certainly
Right.
they can study one semester in Pakistan and then as per the post-study work visa, the definition is 2 years full-time study. So certainly these students will be studying in Australia at least 2 years, if not less. So bachelor degree student should not be worried about the post-study work visa. And the master's degree student, I would say that let's wait for the announcement by the government for it. We are expecting some sort of announcement is coming within next few weeks. Thank you.
Right. Perfect. One of the viewer has asked here about the PhD. Like he's asking that is there any room for PhD candidates so they can join in this situation too?
Uh, the PhD candidates, unfortunately, the admission for July intake for Master of Research leading to PhD is already over by last year. So we are
Yeah.
taking the admission for PhD and the Master of Research for next year, so 2021. So that gentleman who is asking for PhD, he can
Any
certainly
student if
apply
he has
for
already got I think he has got some approval from the supervisor, or if he has already received an offer. So what will be the situation for that?
He may not, he may have an approval from the supervisor. He needs to go for the next step for admission and scholarship. So our deadline for that thing is 31st July for next year.
Right.
So all the PhD candidates needs to remember, and especially I'd like to highlight here, we do have a memorandum of understanding with Higher Education Commission Pakistan, and we have hundreds of candidates are applying for PhD who already nominated by HSC already. So they're in the pipeline, so they need to find the supervisor. And then once the supervisor gets them, then they have to clear the IELTS, and then certainly they are ready for the next year. So feel free to apply. Feel free to apply for Macquarie. We have direct PhD offer like IMQRS, IRTP options, the schemes, and also the Higher Education Commission, Pakistan, and Macquarie University scholarship options. So the candidates can apply, and 31st July is the last date to apply for such a scholarship and admission. And while we are talking about the scholarship, I'd like to highlight another big one, which is the Australia Award. If any viewers are seeing this thing, I'd like to pass this message that there is a 100% scholarship option, and the free travel grant and all sort of support is available through a scholarship scheme called Australia Award. It's for 2021. The award is open. The deadline to apply for such award is 30th June. So we are having still 5 weeks left. The students can apply. It's apparently this Australia Award. Two things we need to remember. It's mainly for the university academics, or it's mainly for those people who are working in the government sector or NGO sort of sector. It's not for a young student. So those people who should apply, and Macquarie University is part of the Australia Award scheme, and they can contact us, and especially Miss Ramla is in Pakistan, so they can contact Miss Ramla straight away. And we already did a mapping what sort of courses are priority course for Australia Award, so they can get that information from us, or they can consult, of course, the HR office as well. And we can work on that, because the Australia Award is a full scholarship, and we know that lots of people do ask about whether Australia is having the full scholarship or not. So two things, PhD, yes, 100% scholarship, travel grant, living expense possible, whether it's through HEC, Pakistan, and Macquarie Scholarship Scheme. And the second thing is Australia Award. It is not for PhD. Australia's award is for master's degree, coursework, and research. Thank you.
That's really great. You have added some extra information for the students, because they are really looking for grants and scholarships. I know that this is the global situation which we all are facing, but in case student is asking that any approximation that when the travel ban will be lifted?
I think it's a very good question, and recently Australian government and the Prime Minister have given the announcement. The Premier has given, the New South Wales Premier has given the announcement today itself. The Macquarie University is located in Sydney, and our state is New South Wales. So just today, our Premier has given indication that the state is already considering to bringing the international student. And that is a huge step. As you can understand, in this world, if you consider USA, UK, or other country, they even couldn't think about international student arrival or all these things. But at least Australia now, today, is around only 500 COVID-19 patients. So we are very fortunate enough due to the strict measures of social distancing, Australia has overcome this problem. And of course, we are maintaining this social distancing and other hygiene matters, but Australia is one of the safest country. So yes, the answer of that question is, if there is any English-speaking country opening their border for international student, I must say that is Australia first one. So Australia would be the first one.
So
we are expecting.
And so, yeah. Due to the time constraint, we have to move forward for a few last questions because we have left with a very short time. So, do you have got some latest?
Yes, I have one question. It is regarding admissions for LLM program. Some of the students who have done LLB, they are expecting their results in the month of October and November. Which is the most suitable intake for them to apply for LLM program?
If they're getting the result in October, November, then they can join in February 2021.
Okay. And they will also avail the same scholarship opportunities that you have mentioned for this session?
At this moment, I cannot confirm for next year. So I'm just confirming for July 2020 session. Okay. So they can check with HR office later on.
Okay. Okay. So, Ms. Mehtab, do you have any other further questions? I can just tell my viewers that please do apply in Macquarie University. This is the best time. Again, you can avail the scholarship award up to 25%. You can drop in your documents on the numbers mentioned on the screen. That is 034647477023 and 034647477016. Ms. Mehtab, over to you. If you have any questions, we can proceed with that, and then we can hear the last messages from our guests.
Exactly. I'm receiving number of questions regarding some specific course titles, but definitely we'll be addressing these questions directly to the students onto their into the comment box or to their WhatsApp numbers. Because there is shortage of time, we cannot discuss individual course titles with the students and with the Macquarie team as well. Thank you so very much, Mr. Tanveer and Ramla, for joining us today in your busy schedule and addressing us about the key points about Australian admissions and very positively about the scholarship schemes as well. If you want to give and post your any point for the international student here, just for the last moment, that what is your recommendation to the international student in this situation?
Ramla, you can go first.
Yes, I would only like to say to all the students watching us is to first stay safe, stay at home, and stay on track with your degree and with your study goals. You have this wonderful opportunity to start right now and then go on and join us in February. And I would like to very quickly point out that, you know, applications will close on the 10th of July and our acceptance deadline would be 15th of July. Naturally, students do not have to wait for visas and stuff, so we are giving them the flexibility to apply till the very last moment, and classes will commence on the 27th of July. We hope to see a lot of you guys watching join us as well.
And I also like to add one more point here, because this is a difficult time, we do understand. And once the border will open, there would be a huge number of visa applications. There would be a bit of chaotic, I would understand, for any country, not only Australia. So dear viewers and students, you do need proper professional guided support. And I highly recommend our business partner in Pakistan, HR Consultant Private Limited, who you should use for your visa purpose, your application purpose, your inquiry purpose, because they are very closely connected with us. They've been led by over the last 2 decades. This company is working, the best company in Pakistan. So certainly, I would strongly recommend during this difficult time, you need a professional career guidance support. So please feel free to use HR consultants and then apply to Macquarie University. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Mehtab, would you like to say any final words to our viewers?
Thank you so very much. Yeah, my recommendation to all my students and to my viewer is that Please stay positive, stay safe at your homes, and research about the international admissions, because you have to plan for your future. So this is the right time to positively evaluate your time and positively utilize it by joining online classes, as Macquarie University is leading university and they are offering wonderful online opportunities to all international students. So if you want to apply for admission, you can, and we are working remotely to assist all students in this situation. So don't worry, stay positive and stay safe at your homes. This is my last message.
And then
thank you so much again, Mr. Tanveer and Ramla. This is really wonderful session that
Definitely.
we had. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, for having
Take care
us.
of yourself.
Take care.
Thank you. Allah
Take care.
Hafiz.
Bye. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Bye-bye.